and they got basically to say yes instead of no. So I've sat in all those things. And, you know, it's important to know your history and where, because you can stand up at any country. Now that's important. There's the sovereign seal of Dáil Éireann on its own, and on the tricolour is the Sovereign Republic of Éire. And when you see it in black, that is Óglaigh na hÉireann. Now this is after the second Dáil Éireann, the executive of the Supreme Council handed over to Óglaigh na hÉireann, the military council, the protection of the Sovereign Republic of Éire on your behalf. And that's how today, that's where today, and the only place the IRA can say the war is over is in Bones Hotel. And the Peace, Reconciliation and Prosperity, which was founded on 1950 down in Willowbank, which is now part of the University of Limerick. And the Queen's visit was predicated on going back to a Truth Commission that all that information would be given out to the people, all the citizens, north and south. And that never happened. What they've done now, and the provision of government, I think, is scandalous. They gutted that village, and it was Hugh Coakley, he was over the OPW at the time. I had met him the week before he died. He was devastated. There's a letter he's written in Cork. And all that money that Chuck Feeney was given to buy that place, he put that building there. The second one is where he was going to have his office. And he was going to restore that for the peace. That's what he wanted. That's where all Chuck Feeney's money was spent on. And they misappropriated that money for their own agenda, Fine Gael. I don't think they told Labour what they were doing. And Michael D. Higgins and those. And that letter is there. It's the most scandalous letter of taking that money, which was, I think, about 12 million, for the restoration of that, and restoring, well, Willowbank was a huge big house, but you'd have to build on a proper theatre. And now, the Queen's visit and all that, as I said, it was predicated on the truth coming out. And the truth is never going to come out, because they have the Peace, Reconciliation and Prosperity process that was founded down at the University of Limerick in 1950. When it was Willowbank is where it was started first. They've scrapped that, and they've pocketed the money. And I think that is an absolute scam. There is no peace, reconciliation, and I think that's a disgrace. You know, we're not told the truth about anything, and I think it's very sad. And I'd like to see that letter that Hugh Coakley wrote before he died. It's a scandalous letter in Cork. You know, that should be published. And we gave those I gave those Bones Hotel papers to the university for the citizens, and they don't know what they've done with them, and they don't know where they've put them. And it was Tom O'Donnell, he took over the Peace Reconciliation from Brendan Regan. And there you are, that's the Mansion House, and I think that's around 1919, you know, where they founded the state. And it was, you can imagine, we think it's tough going today, but you can imagine what it was like for those, when all the, you know, the Crown Forces and the RIC was there, they were the eyes and the ears of the Crown Forces. And I think it was very sad. But I think we have great people, and I think if we got our sovereign government, you know, when you're going to Europe now, and I related that again about Beauvais Airport this year, coming home from the Irish College, and you had to have your passport and your boarding card in your hand. And the security was going on. There was young fellows there from Summerhill College in Sligo, and they didn't know what was on their passport, and they didn't know anything about it. And they told them, this head of security told them, that there were terrorists, and they wouldn't be allowed into France anymore. That was in May. You can imagine what it's like today. And there's no reason why you shouldn't know what's on your passport. Every citizen is a member of the Irish Republican Brotherhood. And I think every parent should make sure they tell their children about their sovereignty and about all that what was done for them, that they can go any place in the world. And if you want me to do later words, explain you about the harp, and as I'm always saying, the harp is the covenant between God and man with all the information on it for his planet Earth and our civilization. And keep on saying and repeating and repeating and repeating, the crown is royalty, the harp is sovereignty, and that's why the crown always has to carry that. And what we have, and I think the world needs, the world is in a terrible state, it's all about protecting our planet Earth that we live on. And if everything is going well, you have a happy life. If it isn't, we don't want wars or anything like that. That's, the harps are very interesting, you know, and I love those, and I love you know, what we have. And that's Celtic Christianity, where every child was born sovereign. Before Roman Christianity, you know, where every child was born with original sin. And if you follow the Roman, you would get to heaven. I don't know about that, but anyway, that's what they believe. So I would refer to that one. But that's nice. Down the same. There you are. You see the sovereign. And if you take a coin out of your pocket, which Ernest Blythe put the 14 strings and William Hodgson, and if you put it up to the mirror, which we do now, you see the harp of the psaltery. Remember I said about the psaltery there? You see the harp of the psaltery. And the harp is the moonship, and the sovereign seal is the sunship. They're in the opposite direction. That's carrying the sun in that direction. And that is important because that's the fellows of the wheel. And you turn it upside down, you the crescent moon. You know, all mankind has that. That's the blueprint for the current, how you build it. And that's the eye. There's no eye in that one. But that's your telescope. You know, Ptolemy, Copernicus, and Galileo, latitude and longitude. Tutankhamun, who built the pyramids of Egypt. The first string is written in Om, the first structured language of mankind. The second is hieroglyphics, how man learned to count. All science, all mathematics, because you measure and, you know, what a symbol to have that. And I think it's very important. And there's no reason why every child that can understand that, which is the extraordinary thing about it, and have no bother. Just when you, because if they're initiated when they're young, what it is. And the Celtic people carried that, you know, for thousands of years, and it ended up here because this Ireland was, Hibernia at that stage was the end of the known world. That's as far as you could go. But you see the top, the blueprint for the currach and how you build it, turn it upside down. So you everything on that, put the two together, the latitude and longitude, you know, how man learned to weave his cloth. Everything is on it. And that is God's greatest gift to mankind. I know some people said today they didn't believe in God, but whether you do or not, it's there and you can work it out mathematically. It's not a religious symbol. It's, you know, we're not a religious organisation. We're a secular religion. We want a secular government, you know, for the people to be sovereign. And that's religion is your own business, what you want to believe. And that's in the proclamation. And we encourage people to have a religion or to have spirituality is what we like, that's what we appreciate. And that's what we do. But you don't have to. You're born a sovereign citizen, and that's enough for us. That's Henry VIII putting, you know, Henry VII was Lord of Ireland. Henry VIII was, you see, look at the Irish harp, not a sovereign. The psaltery. The Book of Psalms is the psalter, and our sovereign seal is the psaltery. And that's the harp. And you see, it has the two images, what I put up there. 14 strings is what is on. And William Butler Yeats was a great member of the Irish Republican Brotherhood. And you couldn't call him a violent person or looking for war or anything like that. Mirror image, you know. But look at what we have. There's no other country in the world that has what we have. And the Celtic people still. And yet, we're betrayed. And we have all these people that want to rob it. Oh, that's the GA. Oh, don't talk to me about the GA. And in 2008, and down at, you saw the University of Limerick, and they took the sovereign seal. That's our organisation. Michael Cusey was only fronting for the Irish Republican Brotherhood. And they took off the sovereign seal without asking anybody, because they wanted to turn it into a corporate body to make money for themselves and their friends, without any permission. So you don't have an All-Ireland. And the Sam Maguire, the Liam McCarthy, and that medal of Irish Republican Brotherhood. And we had a huge in that because Tom Francis Maguire, who was the Cork examiner, he's and John McCain, they were the ones who founded the GAA in his hotel. So we've been the GAA is our wing, and that's how. And that's what's interesting in the GA, that we were at Vaughan's Hotel, and I told about President Geary, the fourth President of India, who was here in 1912 studying law. He wouldn't give me his degree, of course. And he was a member of the Irish Republican Brotherhood, Sinn Féin Nó Gaeilge. And you see Sam Maguire wearing that sovereign seal in London Hibernians, and we wear that in St. Patrick's Day today. Of course, that's 1858. You know, for that. But anyway, that's what it is. And I mean, look at that. We have 70 million people worldwide. We'd love to know all that information. And today, did any politician turn up at the Mansion House? Did they turn up any place? Did any civil servant turn up and say, thanks for the money, thanks for the salaries, the huge money we've given you? No, it's all about money. I think it's sad, really, and I think they should be held accountable. But they took off, as you know. Oh, that's nice. Oh, lovely. I haven't seen this before. I'm learning sound. Oh, yes, sound.